Hi there, good evening. So, my name is Helen. I'll be talking about the Omni-Bank app project presenting today, this evening. So, I'm the part of the iOS development team. I will be developing the iOS. All right, let's move on to the content. So, we have initiation, planning, execution, control phasing, and also closing. So, let's talk about the initiation. Right. The Omni-Bank project aims to establish a robust, user-friendly digital platform for Omni-Bank, which is a newly founded institute with offices in Perth, Australia, and Colombia, Sri Lanka. As a project manager, it is essential to ensure that this platform is not only meets the requirement of a modern banking app, but also provides a seamless accessibility experience for all users, including businesses and general public banking for customer. Actually, the banking seeks to leverage social media to expand its customer base and increase brand visibility. Okay, this will be the team's contract. Okay, so we got Bala, Dinesh, Chien Kafong, Tan Kajang, and also myself, which is Advaita Chandradas. Okay. So the participation is we agree to actively contribute to all the aspect of the project, including coding, designing, testing, documentation as well. Each team member will be responsible for completing assigned tasks, asking for help when needed, and help others when possible. So how will we communicate? So what we did is we agreed to maintain open and transparent communication. All the team members will be accessible through our design communication channel, example Google Meet, and we prefer Microsoft Teams actually, and also response to messages within 24 hours. But I think within 1 or 2 hours is sufficient because we are quite responsive. Urgent issues will be flagged to ensure prompt attention. We got a impact matrix. Will follow that. So meeting, we agreed to attend weekly meeting and a daily stand-up call to discuss the progress, challenge, and upcoming tasks. If a team member is unable to attend, they are responsible for informing the team in advance and providing an update on their tasks, so we can try to help out with the tasks to keep the project on track. Conduct, we agree to maintain professionalism, respect, and courtesy always. Conductive feedback is encouraged, and each team member should be open to receiving suggestion. All discussions, even during disagreement, will remain respectful and solution focused. If we have any conflict, we agree to address the conflict by first discussing the issue directly with those involved. If unresolved, the project manager will immediately be discussed to find a resolution that is in the team's best interest. Okay. How we manage deadlines. We agree to complete our tasks based on deadlines agreed upon during each sprint planning session. If any members anticipate a delay, they must notify the team member as soon as possible to adjust their timeline or reassign their tasks if necessary. Okay, moving on to the next one. Okay, so how we are this is a planning phase. So how we going to do a planning? Okay, here's a work breakdown structure. So the first one will be the Omni-Bank app project initiation, which have requirement gathering, project charter, team contract. Then we have milestone initiation completion. Number 2 is planning phase, technical architecture, design specifications, resource planning. The milestone will be planning completed. Mobile app development. Okay, so the iOS is which is my part, will be the core features, security, accessibility. Hold on. Okay, Android development. The core features, security, accessibility, same as the iOS. Then after both of these are complete, we'll do the testing, which is using testing unit, integration testing, user testing. Milestone will be test completed. Social media implementation. So the strategy, we have the strategy development, content creation, platform setup, milestone social launch. And then after everything's complete, we have a project closure. So we need documentation, handover and training, and project completion. So this is a Gantt chart view, but I will open the real Gantt chart. Give me a second. Okay, so this is the real Gantt chart here. We use the Microsoft project. So as you can see, the project initiation will take place on Wednesday, 22nd May. The planning for 2024, and this will take about 10 days. So, which is this part. So after this is complete, we will move on to the planning phase, which will take about 3 weeks. Planning includes technical architecture, design specifications, resource and planning. This might take a while, that's why it takes 3 weeks. After this is complete, we will move on this to development phase, which is the app iOS development and also Android development. Okay, so the iOS development will take about 16 weeks because tackling the iOS takes a little longer, and also Android development will take about 14 weeks. After this two is done, we'll move on the testing for the both platforms. This will take about 3 weeks. The social media will start when we start the mobile app development, or for 12 weeks on the Thursday, 27 June, same as the app development. Then after this tree is complete, then we'll go to testing. Then after testing, we'll go to the project closing, where we got documentation, handover, and also the training documentation, which is included in documentation. So as you can see here, so you got the iOS development, Android development, and also social media over here, start development. Then after the iOS and app development is done, we'll move on testing. And once the social media is done as well, but we're done before that. So all this once the testing is done, we'll straight go to the project closure. All right, now let me go back to the slides. Okay. All right, so the project budget will be 100,000. Okay, so this will be the resource sheet. Okay, so we got the project manager at the hourly rate, which is 15 per hour. Myself, which is the iOS developer, which is 10 ringgit per hour. Same as the Android, which is 10 ringgit per hour. And also we are paying the social media specialist 8 ringgit per hour. So as you can see, we calculated the budget throughout the period, which is 97,320, which is about, we rough it up to 100,000. Okay, so this is the execution part. The total cost for development for the first week will be around 15,000. Okay, the cost and actual costs. Okay, control phasing. Okay, control phasing. Okay, to successfully implement these management changes, a specialized project manager is required to carefully plan, create, and oversee the improvement, ensuring that the system meets the expectations and goal. Every suggestion changes will go through an in-depth review, approval, and implementation process that will prioritize project integrity and stakeholders' expectations. The project success depends on this efficient agile methodology, which allows for quicker adaptation, which is sacrificing quality and ensuring without sacrificing quality, cut that part out, and ensuring the modifications are accepted and effective. In the form, it took 2 to 3 weeks for the testing that Chan Ka Fong requested. Aside from that, the priority is high and the testing is to improve quality for the app on different devices. Here's a sample of the change request form. So we have a change number, the project name, okay, requested by Chan Ka Fong, date submitted November 13, 2004. The priority level is high, following the priority index. Change category, testing requirement. Okay, so this is a description. Expand mobile app testing scope to include comprehensive testing across multiple device platform. So we want to extend the test to test on different platforms like BlackBerry, Apple iOS, HTC devices, Huawei, Sony, and Samsung devices. Reason for the change: to ensure broad devices compatibility and optimal user experience across all major mobile platforms. This change is required to meet marketing demands and users' accessibility requirements. Impact assessment timeline: additional 2 to 3 weeks required for comprehensive testing. Okay, moving on here. Requirement resources. This testing access to all specific mobile devices. Testing environment set up for each platform. Update test documentations. Alternate consideration, we can limit device testing. Rejected due to marketing requirements. Emulator only testing, rejected due to reliability concerns. Third-party testing service, rejected due to cost constraints. Okay, recommendation action. Proceed with comprehensive device testing as specified with adjusted timeline and resource allocation. So this is a sample of the change requirement form or change request form. Okay, this will be the priority index. As you can see, example 1 and 1 will be low, and 5 and 5 will be the extreme. So the justification part. Okay, the scope of management. To ensure the successful development of the Omni-Bank application, effective scope management is important. This will be prioritizing features and managing expectations. We can avoid scope creeps and ensure that the project stays within budget and timeline constraints while meeting users' needs and business objective. Okay, time management. As the app is very complex, time management is very essential. By implementing a well-defined project schedule, like the Gantt chart, allocating resources efficiently, and monitoring progress closely, we can ensure timely delivery and adherence through budgetary constraints. All right, cost management. How we tackle this? It is an important factor in the resource for the Omni-Bank mobile application. Okay, by carefully planning and controlling project costs, we can optimize resource allocation, minimize expenses, and maximize the return on investment, the ROI. This includes selecting the right team, utilizing appropriate development tool, and adhering to the best practice in the project management. So we also have risk management. How we tackle this part? Okay, it is important as well for the Omni-Bank mobile application to develop the project. Hang on, I have some error here. Okay. By identifying, accessing, and mitigating the potential risks, we can reduce the likelihood for the project failure, like a security breach and also users' dissatisfaction. This includes conducting throughout risk assessment by developing contingency planning and implementing robust security measures. All right, now we're going to closing and the final thoughts. We also have some lesson learned throughout the project. Here are the things that we have learned. Some of the examples. So we got a win. What we win is the identify security risk. Early detection and remediation of vulnerability reduce the risk of data breach. Future project changes. Okay, so in the future projects, what we can do, proactively identify and mitigation for security risks, strengthen the overall security posture of the app. Action, practice security validation into the code, regulating monitoring, and ensure proper recovery and backup. Okay. So we detected the security issue early on. So the second one will be an issue because limited testing devices where we requested for change management. So what's the impact? It can cause compatibility issues and decrease the reliability. Example, if we didn't test the BlackBerry and the user unable to use the app in the BlackBerry, it will have some dissatisfaction and a branding issue. Okay. So future project changes. Test more devices or all possible devices for compatibility and increase reliability. Action item. So we put here, get more devices for testing and simulate the user's devices. So we get more phones like BlackBerry, Huawei. The more we get, the more reliability the app will become for testing and make it more reliable. So the another win that we have is integration of social media option to share. So making the app easier to share, hence resulting in awareness. So what we did, for future project changes, we add a social media button linked to Facebook and other social media platform. Action item, get connected within the marketing and sales team to work on branding through the social media. Okay, the next one is the issue, data privacy concerns. Okay, what is the impact? If breach can cause reputation loss and trust. So this is a security issue. Future project changes. What we need to do is ensure compliance and PDPA up to date, and work with the security team for team closely for potential breach. Action item: regular audits and testing on the security will be planned every few months or few weeks. Okay, we got a win, a smooth development and early access. Yes. So by developing the app early and giving the users early access, it can improve in the reputation. Okay, ahead, this is the impact. Future project changes, proper documentation and template will be necessary for future project development and speed. Action item, before start for the next project, gather all the template and documentation for previous project record, and then use it for the better knowledge and understanding, and increase the speed of the project. So moving on to the next one. Okay, so we have a client acceptance form as well. Here's an example. The mobile Omni-Bank mobile application development created by Chanka form. Document to get the client sign off once the project is complete. So we got a project name, issued by, date. The project outcome has been measured against its acceptance criteria and has been formally accepted on behalf of the client. Unless otherwise noted, the project may not be closed. So we got here additional comments related to the client's acceptance, key metrics, record key metrics to be tracked, key metrics to be achieved, record shortfall, and key lessons learned if listed. And we got the sign by Chankov form, Bala and Mr. Tony, which is the sponsor. All right, that'll be all for my presentation, and thank you for listening.